Hi. Um, some of you may recall that earlier on, about a year or so ago, I worked on this tree. It's a privet, and what I'd like to do is to show you how it's come along. The original video that we did was entitled Back to Basics Tree 2. So if you go back onto the website, you'll be able to go back to one of the earlier vids that we did, okay? But as you can see, it's developing nicely. It's very healthy. You can also see that it's been repotted now from the grotty old thing that it was in. And this is a Yamaki pot. Unfortunately, it got cracked, and you can see here I stuck it together, and it's holding very well. But what you can have a look at, if you come back a little bit closer, is to see how the shoots are now growing. And what I need to do is to just take these things out, these little growing tips out, um, and this will encourage further budding back so as to build up the density of the foliage. I'm not going to do this to all of it. I just want to show you the basics and really just want to show you um, this tree. Look at all this stuff down here all sprouting. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice to just chop all of this lot, make a little forest group with all of these? Sooner or later, I'm going to have to remove the wire because it's already beginning to bite in, as you can see, which is not very clever at all. Right, so we'll turn this thing around, and one or two of these things are shooting ahead, so I'm just taking it back to about 2 or 3 pairs of leaves. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we want to avoid is to get these things going up too high. And here you can see where we've already done it. I've taken it out there, and these two have sprouted out. I'll take the growing tip out of this one. Okay, and yes, here we are. It's still soft enough. The growth is so young, it's still soft enough just to finger pinch, which is probably desirable. And then I've got to be a little bit careful that we don't get too much going out in that direction. So I'll prune this back here and here to keep these nice and tight, bearing in mind that the general flow is going that way. Then if we look into the tree, you can see things like this growing in the wrong direction. So we'll take that out. Here you see there's another one growing up there. So we'll take that out as well. Get rid of that. Yep. There's a bit of a clash here, so I'll take that out. And gradually we'll build this up. This has become twisted somehow. So just reset the position of that a little. That's fine. This is rising a little bit, so I'll just take it down a wee bit. Still got the wire. And you can see how that was running out of line, so we'll take that out. In the back there. That. Yeah, I'm going to turn the tree around now. And there's plenty of growing season left. And as we all know, the species or the variety privet is used very often for hedging purposes. And as such, it can take any amount of pruning and it always bounces back. You know, we prune our hedges quite quite a harsh sort of way. Right. So the next thing I have to do at some point, I'm not necessarily going to do it all now, but is to take all this little stuff out so it doesn't rob the rest of the tree of nutrients and growth, and the goodies will carry on up into what they're intended to do, into the main part of the tree. So get rid of all of this. I don't necessarily take it all out now, but I'll take most of it out. All very healthy, very nice color, as you can see. But typical of the species, Privet, is this business of popping buds all over. Let's just hope it does this for me up here, up at the top, where it's intended to. Right, I don't know that we necessarily have to do much more than that for the time being. Push that round, do that back there and there. And what I'm going to try to do now is to build these little clouds, but maintain the overall direction of the wind blowing from right to left. And it obviously is enjoying its new growth within this repotting that we did earlier this year. And as you can see, we've got an awful lot of grit in here, which gives us ample drainage, which of course all bonsai like, because if you get too much waterlogging at the bottom, you can get the roots dying back. Okay, I'm just going to check for a funny little growth that's going in the wrong direction. Yeah. Da-da-da. Lovely day today, nice and sunny. Yeah, these sort of things here from the previous prunings, which you can see, these little dead shoots, we could take these right back now. And you can see, by taking those back, those buds that were there have sprouted. And I will go over all of these. I think what I'll do is I'll leave the wires on for probably a couple more months, and then take the whole lot off. No doubt some of the tree will, or some of the branches I should say, will bounce back to not quite their original positions, but bounce back a little bit. So they may have to be rewired. But if I do rewire them, I'll make sure that the wire goes in the previous spaces rather than in the same place. Because you see here, it's biting in, which is not very clever. Okay, I'm just going to take that up a wee bit. Oh, there's a bad one running in the wrong direction. So let's take that one right out. Okay. All right. So I'm going to call it a day on that for the moment. And as usual, do like, share, and subscribe to the video. And we'll be making another one shortly. I have another non-starter tree, absolute load of junk that, well, I've got 2 or 3 actually to work on in time. And I'll be doing that other one shortly. But I thought you might like to see how the tree has progressed. Okay, so bye.